Black Politics, read by author Rashida Brown, Chapter 17. Welcome back. And forgive me for any background noise or interruption. So let's start with Chapter 17. Adara sat on the bench waiting on one of the TFAC members to meet her. She looked around, but nobody had shown up yet. Finally, after a bit of time has passed, she was about to get up. She gets a text telling her to get in her car and drive away. Adara looked around but didn't see anything unusual. She got in her car, and as she was backing out of the parking lot, she noticed a yellow package in the back seat. She smiled and kept driving. When she got to the office, the security camera was being installed. Before she got out of the car, Adara grabbed the package and put it in her purse. Just as she was about to open the door, Tyrone came knocking on her window. "Can I talk to you for a minute?" he asked. Adara opened the car door and got out. "Sure, what's up?" Adara said. "I just was wondering if I could do anything to help," Tyrone said. "Help with what?" Adara asked. "With the case. I meant what I said about me being passionate about making a change. I believe I can be of assistance," Tyrone said. "Oh, well, I appreciate that. It's just we have so much we're working on that I can't have everyone focusing on the same thing. You are helping by working on the reforms with Akita. I appreciate you offering to do more, but I think we got it covered," Adar said, walking towards the building. "I understand. I just thought this was a place of unity, and I feel left out, like all of you are clicked up and the rest of us are not a part of the family. What happened to Sean or any other minorities affect us all. I would love to be a part of that," Tyrone insisted. Adara turned to look at Tyrone. "I'm sorry you feel that way because that's not my intentions. I want everybody to feel included in everything. Still, until we figure out who's working for the other side, certain information is off limits," Adara stated, attempting to walk off again. "What? So you mean to tell me that somebody in here has been leaking information to Chief John? That's crazy and scary at the same time. I understand why you would be cautious. Look, I'm sorry that I brought it up. I just wanted to help." Tyrone apologized, wiping sweat from his forehead. Adara paused before she said anything. "No problem. I'll see what the team says, and if they agree, maybe I can let you help with the case," Adara said. "Thank you," Tyrone said, walking into the building. "How the hell does he know about Chief John? I never mentioned that to him," Adara wondered to herself. She walked into the building and stopped by the receptionist area. "Hey, Lydia, can you tell Mike to come see me when he gets a back in?" Adara asked. "I sure will," Lydia replied. "Thank you," Adara said, walking to her office. She took the yellow envelope out of her purse and locked it up in her safe. "Hey, Amina, can I talk to you for a minute?" Adara asked, standing in the doorway. Amina followed Adara to the conference room. "Close the door behind you, please," Adara said, pacing the floor. "What's going on?" Amina whispered. "Why are you whispering?" Adara asked, taking a seat. "I don't know. You the one in here pacing the floor. They did remove all the bugs, right?" Amina said. "Yes, they did. Now sit down," Adara said. Amina sat down next to Adara. "So what's going on?" Amina asked, leaning forward. "I need you to keep this between us," Adara said. "Girl, you are asking me to keep a secret? Really? Like, come on, it's me," Amina said, smacking her lips. "I know. It's just I don't want anyone to know about this," Adara said. "And they won't, so tell me what's bothering you," Amina said. "Have you thought about who the informant might be?" Adara asked. "I mean, I've given it some thought, but I have no idea who it might be," Amina said. "You haven't been suspecting anybody? I mean, nobody's been actually unusual to you?" Adara asked. "Girl, what's going on?" Amina asked. "I think the informant might be Tyrone," Adara said. "What? Are you serious?" Amina said with a look of surprise on her face. "Yes, I know it sounds crazy, but he did just get out of prison. He was supposed to do 15 years and only did 7," Adara said. "Yeah, that's true, but maybe he got out on good behavior. You know, that happens too," Amina suggested. "Yes, I know, but the way he was acting today just doesn't sit right with me," Adara said. "What do you mean?" Amina asked. "He came up to me in the parking lot and was pressing me about being involved with the case. He asked about the case specifically," Amina interrupted. "Yes. Then he went on to say he felt left out because he doesn't know what's going on. I don't know. It just seemed weird. Nobody else is pressing me about the case. Everybody knows how important everything we do here is, but he was only concerned with the case. When I first hired him, he said he wanted to work on prison reforms. Now that we no longer share the case information, he's not interested in that anymore, Adara said. "You right, that does sound suspicious. You gotta trust your gut," Amina agreed. "That's not all, girl." He then goes on to mention Chief John, and I never said that the informant was working for him. I said the other side. So how the hell he knows the informant is leaking information to Chief John? Adara wondered. "Girl, I don't know, but you're right. Something is wrong with this whole situation. So what are you going to do about it?" Amina asked. "I don't know just yet. I'm going to talk to Abaddon about it and see how he wants to handle it," Adara said. They finished their conversation and as soon as they were walking out of the conference room, Mike walked up to Adara. Hey, Lydia said you wanted to see me," Mike said. "I'll catch up with you later," Adara said to Amina. "All right, girl," Amina replied. "Come on in," Adara said, closing the door behind her. Mike sat at the table. "Is there a problem?" Mike asked. "I hope not. I just need to ask you a few questions," Adara said, sitting next to Mike. "About what?" Mike asked. "Your cousin Tyrone. But I need you to keep this between us," Adara cautioned him. "Uh-oh. What has he done now?" Mike asked. "Nothing, I hope, but look, I'm just going to come out and say it. I think Tyrone may be the informant," Adara said. "Wait, what?" Mike responded, standing to his feet. "Look, I know my cousin has had his share of problems in the past, but he wouldn't do this. How do you think he got all these years in prison? He could have taken a plea deal then and been home, but he didn't. He's not a snitch, and he damn sure wouldn't be working with the police," Mike countered. "I understand that, and to be honest, at first I didn't suspect him at all," Adara said, standing to her feet. "So then what changed?" Mike asked. "Today he approached me in the parking lot about Sean's case. He kept pressing the issue about him not knowing what's going on and how he doesn't feel a part of the family," Adara said. "Look, I'm sure it's nothing. He's just passionate about this type of work, that's all. Trust me when I tell you it ain't him," Mike said, trying to assure Adara. "Well, have you been discussing the case with him?" Adara asked. "No, we agreed that we wouldn't talk about it outside the group." "Are you insinuating that I had something to do with this?" Mike asked defensively. "No, that's not what I'm saying. I was just making sure. I know nobody but us know that the informant has been leaking information to Chief John," Adar said. "Okay, what does that have to do with him?" Mike asked. "Mike, he knows," Adar told him. "What makes you think that?" Mike asked. "He mentioned it when we were talking. But look, I'm just being cautious and I'm just checking with you," Adar said. "Maybe he heard me talking about the case on the phone or something. He does live with me, but he would not do this. He knows how much I care about my work, and he would not do anything to put that at risk. Now, if you don't mind, I have a lot of work to get to," Mike said. "You can go," Adar said, stepping away from the door. "Is everything all right?" Abaddon asked, coming into the conference room. Adara shook her head. "We need to talk," Adara said. "Okay, what's up?" Abaddon asked. "Not here. Can you come by my place tonight? I'm going to have Amina stop by too," Adara said. "Yeah, I got you, babe. You sure you don't want to talk about it now?" Abaddon asked. "I'm sure. Just meet me tonight," Adara said, kissing Abaddon and walking to her office. "Hey, ladies, I'm going to take off early today. I'll see you tomorrow," Adara said, grabbing her things. Amina walked up to Adara. "Everything good?" Amina asked. "Meet me tonight at my house." I can't talk here," Adara said, hugging Amina. "I got you," Amina said. Just as Adara was walking out of the building, she got a call from Miss Carroll's office. "Hello," Adara said. Hey, Adara, it's Aisha, Miss Carroll's assistant," Aisha said. "How can I help you?" Adara said. "Miss Carroll would like to see you in her office tomorrow morning. Does 8 work for you?" Aisha asked. "Sure, I'll be there," Adara said, hanging up the phone. "It's always something with this woman," Adara muttered, getting in her car and driving off. Abaddon and Amina are supposed to meet Adara tonight at 8. Instead, it's 7:30 and Adara just finished cooking dinner for her family. "Come eat," Adara called to them. It sounded like a marching band with the way everyone was running to the kitchen. "Dang, slow down, it's not going anywhere," Adara said, chuckling. "You know Marcus can eat," Trinity said. "Yeah, you right," Adara agreed. Then all 3 of the girls burst out laughing. Oh, that's how all y'all feel. I can't help that I'm a grown man, Marcus said. Boy, please, Adara said, smacking Marcus on the back of his head. You don't want to start that game. You already know how that's gonna end, Marcus said. Yeah, what you crying to Mama, Adara joked, opening the door. Come on in, Adara said to Abaddon and Amina. We came just in time, Abaddon said, going straight to the kitchen. Not you too, Adara groaned. What, a man can't eat? Abaddon asked. By the time she turned back around, Amina was passing her head into the kitchen too. Well, I guess we will eat first, Adara said, following them into the kitchen. After they finished eating, Adara, Amina, and Abaddon go to her room. Okay, so let's get down to business. Amina is aware of most of the things that are going but not everything. I told Amina that I think Tyrone is the informant. And before you interrupt me, let me finish, Adara said, sitting on her bed. Tyrone approached me today asking to be involved in the case. I mean, he was pressuring me to let him work with us. At first, I didn't think anything of it until I mentioned we had an informant working with us. He was acting shocked, but mentioned the informant leaking information to Chief John. The thing is, nobody knows that but the seven of us, Adara told him. Maybe he heard Mike mention it. That could be a possibility too, Abaddon suggested. I thought that too. That's why I talked to Mike to make sure he got upset with me, saying Tyrone would never do anything like this. He also said he never told Tyrone anything about the case. He said the same thing you said. Maybe Tyrone overheard him. It still doesn't sit right with me, Adara said. Well, you know we got your back 100%. And next time, make sure I'm there. I know you can handle yourself, but that's what I'm here for, Abaddon said. You right, and I'm sorry. I was just trying to figure things out, Adara apologized. We understand, but we're in this together, Amina said, sitting next to Adara. Question is, how are we going to figure out if it's him, Adara said. I got a plan. It might not work, but it's worth a try, Abaddon said. What is it, Adara asked. You said he wanted to work on the case, right? Abaddon said, yes, Adara said. Well, let him, Abaddon suggested. What? Are you crazy? Why would I do that? What if it is him and he leaks more information? Adara objected. That's what we want him to do. We bait him, let him in on certain information. If it gets out, we know it's him, Abaddon said. I mean, it's a big risk, but that could work if we let him in on certain information. Only that information got out, then we know it was him, Amina said, agreeing with Abaddon. Okay, I have no better plan. I'll tell him first thing in the morning after I meet with Miss Curl, Adara said. What does she want? Amina asked. Don't know, but I'm pretty sure it's more drama, Adara said. Right. That's all it has been lately with her. Amina said, look, there's something I need to show y'all. Nobody knows about this, and I know I can trust you to, Adara said, getting up from the bed. She walked over to her closet and pulled out a box. What's this? Abaddon asked. Adara opened the box and pulled out a yellow envelope. You remember the TFAC group we met with? Adara asked. Yeah, what about them? Abaddon asked. They have been funding this organization. I got a package from them today for $50,000. We don't need it now, and I'm putting it up for emergency. Miss Curl has threatened to shut my business down, and we need something to fall back on. Here is a letter of instructions on how to get in touch with them if we ever need more. Only we can know about this. Nobody else can. Why are you showing us this? We trust you, Adara. We know you are going to handle everything, Amina said. Yeah, babe, you don't have to explain this to us, Abaddon agreed. I'm explaining it to you in case something happens to me. I'm not saying it will. It's just in case of an accident. I was thinking today, if I died suddenly, then all this work would be for nothing. I can't let what we have done be for nothing, Adara said. We got you, Abaddon assured her. They finished up their conversation and Abaddon and Amina went home. It's the following day and Adara was up getting ready for her meeting with Miss Curl. She fixed herself a smoothie and headed to Miss Curl's office. Once she gets in the building, Miss Curl is already up front waiting on her. Adara, there you are. Come on in the back, Miss Curl said, walking to her office. Adara looked at the assistant, but she shrugged her shoulder and looked down. Adara kept walking behind Miss Curl. Have a seat, this won't take long, Miss Curl said. Adara sat down, taking a deep breath. What is this about? Adara asked. All right, I called you in here to let you know that I no longer need your services, so I'm letting you go, Miss Curl told her. You could have told me that over the phone, Adara said. I know, but I just wanted to see your face when I told you, Miss Curl said, taking a sip of her coffee. We have a contract and you have to honor that. I haven't done anything to break this contract, so you might not need my services, but you have to pay me, Adara insisted. See, that's where you're wrong. I don't have to do anything. Just walk away and be glad I have not tried to take your whole business down. At least not yet, Miss Curl said, grinning smugly. You're one evil woman, and I can't wait for the day that you get your karma. Adara snapped, storming out of the office. I don't see how you work for a woman like that, Adara said to the assistant on her way out. Adara got in her car and sped out of the parking lot. Damn, Adara yelled, banging her hands on the steering wheel. Why does the evil always win? I'm sick of these people having their way. Justice will be served, even if I have to serve it myself. Adara fumed, speeding down the road. As she pulled into the parking lot, she see Tyrone and Mike standing outside talking. Adara got out of the car and greeted them. Good morning, Adara said. Good morning, Tyrone responded. But Mike just nodded his head. We need to have a meeting, Adara said. Mike followed behind her. I'll catch up with you later, Mike said to Tyrone. Oh no, Tyrone, I need you to join us, Adara said. Tyrone and Mike just looked at Adara. You said you wanted to be involved, so come on, Adara told Tyrone, walking to the conference room. Mike and Tyrone smiled at each other, walking behind her. Okay, let's get right to it. I just had a meeting with Curl, and she broke our contract. She's trying to sabotage my business, and I'm going to take that witch down, Adara announced to the group, taking a seat. The end of chapter 17.